All right, folks, Doug Pinkham with Pinkham and Associates again. Thank you for watching my videos. I appreciate it very much. I hope they're very, very helpful for all of you. This is the Child Abduction Prevention Order Attachment. This is a form that goes with a judgment or an order after hearing. It's the FL 341B. It's a pretty rare form. It's only needed if the judge made orders with regard to concerns about child abduction and prevention. It is something that's attached to, as it says in the very top of the form, it's attached to a child custody and visitation parenting time order, an FL 341, or it could be attached to a custody order in juvenile court or a final judgment, or it could be other. You can mark other and put divorce judgment or an FL 180, which is a divorce judgment or a legal separation judgment. It could be an order that's attached to a paternity judgment. You could put that under other. All right. So like every other form, petitioner's name, respondent's name at the top, then the case number off to the right there. Make sure you fill that in correctly. Not incorrectly, fill it in correctly. Okay, that was fun for me. All right, number one, the court finds there is a risk that, and we're going to name the party, Bill Jones, whatever, the party's name, that is, you're concerned that this party might take the children, will take the child without permission because that party, and now we're going to check the box or boxes that apply. A says has violated or has threatened to violate a custody or visitation parenting order in the past. B says does not have strong ties to California. So it could be both. Somebody could, let's say for example, somebody is a Mexican national and they have said, you know, I'm going to take these kids and I'm going to take the kids to Mexico someday and live with my family and you're never going to see these kids again. And let's say he doesn't have a job in California and he doesn't have any other family members. Literally all of his entire family lives in Mexico. That is both A and B. He's violated it or he's threatened to violate the custody orders before. He's threatened to take them and go to Mexico, and he does not have strong ties to California. C says has done things to make it easy for him to take the children away without permission, such as, so if he's recently quit a job, or she, it could be a she, sorry about that, but that person may have recently quit a job, closed their bank accounts, sold or gotten rid of a car or other assets that they normally would keep and need, applied for a passport, birth certificate, or school or medical records, sold his or her home, ended a lease, hidden or destroyed documents. So here's the key. If they're doing things that look like they're planning to bolt, that might be why you want to mark C and then mark some of those things. Theoretically, if you have serious concerns that they're about to bolt with these kids, A, B, and C may very well apply, and mark all that applies. Go to D, has a history of, and then mark domestic violence, child abuse, not cooperating with the other parent with regard to parenting and parenting schedules. So mark those if they apply. E says has a criminal record. So if they have a criminal record, it could be something that's completely irrelevant. They have a DUI from 12 years ago. That would be a criminal record. But mark that if it applies. And F says has family or emotional ties to another county, state, or foreign country. So as noted above, when I said they don't have strong ties to California, if their family was all in another country or another state, say their entire family lives in New York, you'd mark B, and you'd also mark F, and you might want to actually write off to the right what state it is or what country it is, just to make clarification in the order. Okay, so moving on. This is where the order actually comes into effect. The court orders to prevent the party in item number 1 above from taking the children without permission then the court orders. Number 2 is supervised visitation, parenting plan. The terms are, and then I'm going to have you fill out, if this applies, I'm going to have you fill out the FL 341A. That's the supervised visitation form. We have another video on that. Consult that video when filling this out. Or you can put as follows. So whatever those terms are, you can spell it out there if there's room. If there's not room, please use the 341A. All right, so the judge may also order the party in item 1 must post a bond for a certain amount of money. So, and then the terms of the bond will be specified thereafter in the bigger box. You'll know this because the judge will order a bond in a certain amount of money if this is ordered. You'll know it. It won't be confusing. If you've not heard of anything like that, then clearly it was not ordered. 4 says the party in item 1 must not move from the following locations with the children without permission in writing from the other parent or party or an order from the court. So it might be that the judge orders that the party in number 1 can't move from their current residence, or can't move from the county, can't move from the current school district. So theoretically they could move as long as they move within the same school district. Or they can move, but they got to stay within the same county. That might be bad because there are places in, well, certainly LA County, you could live in Long Beach and move to Lancaster, and you're still within LA County, but you are in traffic 2.5, 3 hours from the other side. So, you know, but anyway, those are just specifics that a judge will order. If they are, you mark them in these boxes as appropriate. 5, the party in number 1 must not travel with the children, you know, if this is ordered, to or out of this country, or this county, excuse me, California or the United States or other. So if that's ordered, mark it appropriately. 6 says the party in item 1 must register this order in the state of, like another state. So let's say, for example, father's already moved to Florida. And there is a serious concern that, and dad may have threatened to come scoop up the kidders and take them back to Florida and not return them. So the judge may very well order this form to be filed in Florida, so that the Florida judge or Florida police, those in charge, the authorities in Florida will know that there's this concern and know what orders are restricting the movement of these children. All right, folks, that is the entire child abduction prevention order attachment. Oh, wait, excuse me. This one does have page 2. Let me go on to page 2. All right, so again, page 2, top page 2 is petitioner and respondent, and the case number to the right. 8 says, let me get back to 8. 8 says the party in 1 must turn in all of the children's passports and other vital documents in the party's possession or control as specified below. So let's say, for example, the judge orders the passports to be turned over to the other party. You can specify that, and it might be turned over to the other party by a certain date. Whatever it is, whatever the orders were, specify that, mark 8, and specify what the orders were in the box below. 9 says the party in number 1 must give the other party, parent or party, the following information before traveling with the children. So the children's travel itinerary. So let's say dad got permission to go on vacation to Florida to visit family, but was ordered to do these things. He must give a copy of the children's travel itinerary, copies of the round trip airline tickets, addresses, telephone numbers where the children can be reached at all times. So cell phone numbers, or grandma's number in Florida, or whatever. Whatever information you have on that. An open airline ticket for the other parent in case the children are not returned. So Judges have ordered this. It's rare, but the judges have ordered sometimes that a parent that's traveling must provide an open ticket for the other parent to come to Florida to get the kids should dad not return the kids. That's in serious cases where they're really concerned that it might happen. And then other, 9, other, if there's some other order that was made, and you'd specify that there. Okay, 10 says the party in item number 1 must notify the embassy or consulate of this other country. So let's say it's not Florida, but let's say it's Mexico, or let's say it's, let's say it's France. Then this order may say that father needs to contact the embassy or the consulate in France about this order and provide the court with proof of that notification within however many days the judge ordered. Again, this is a very specific order. You won't be confused. If the judge ordered this, you'll know it, and you'll know what the judge ordered, and you fill this out appropriately. 11 says the party in number 1 must get a custody and visitation order equivalent to the most recent U.S. order before the children may travel to the country for visit. So let's say, for example, the other parent's home country is Italy, and they've moved to that country. The judge could order you to mark box 11, and what that means is that father will have to go to Italy's courts to get a matching custody order, matching the U.S. orders, and provide those orders to the U.S. courts before dad can take the kids to Italy or wherever that country is. 12, enforcing the order. The court authorizes any law enforcement officer to enforce this order in this county. Contact the child abduction unit of the office of the district attorney at, and then you're going to list the phone number below for the county and for the child abduction unit at the district attorney's office in your county. List that phone number here if that's an order that the judge made. And then, of course, other orders, 13. So 13 says if there's any other orders with regard to this child abduction prevention, that's going to be in this section. So mark 13 and spell it out if there were some other orders. 14 says this order is valid in other states and in any country that has signed the Hague Convention on child abduction. This is a little bit important this is very important if the other parent is taking your child to other countries. You can Google a list of current members of the Hague, H-A-G-U-E, and you want to make sure that if you're concerned that the child are going to go with this other parent to some other country, and there's a chance that dad ain't going to bring these kids back, then you're going to want to find out in advance if that country, the destination country, is a member of the Hague Convention. If they are not a signer of the Hague Convention, you want to go to court and make sure that the judge disallows travel to a non-Hague country. If you already have a concern, and that concern is valid, that the other parent will not return the child if they go out of the country, it's probably going to be pretty easy to get an order that the child cannot be brought to a non-Hague signing country. Okay? Then this form is again also signed by the judge, not you. So you're done if you've filled all that out. That completes the Child Abduction Prevention Order Attachment, the FL 341B. I hope this video has been helpful and very informative. Thank you very much for watching.